very early age, I knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I actually started a restaurant from my room when I was 8 years old.
My stepfather actually detailed some vehicles when I was about 17. I would help him in the summer, and it would take about all day long, but I developed a passion for it. So I continued to do friends and neighbors. I started a business out of my mother's garage about 13 years ago.
When I was 4 years old, I watched my little sister crawl into a pool, and my mom had gone to answer the phone, and she had just learned how to crawl, and I watched her go down. And at the age of 4, I was able to swim, and I went down and I pulled her off the bottom of the pool.
Health and the ability to be functional, to use my body as a means to enhancing the quality of my life.
After the dot-com bubble burst and we were no longer able to operate in the capacity we were operating before, I reinvented the company into a professional services organization.
And when my husband lost his job through the downsizing through the dot-com bubble, we both collectively decided that we really weren't that keen on returning to the corporate rat race. And we had both fixed up some houses that we had lived in and had really enjoyed it. And friends had said, oh, you know, gee, you should think about doing that.
Honestly, yes. I would say more than not. Being an entrepreneur, it's a huge risk, especially if you come from the retail world or having that security of having your own job.
I have to be honest with you. There's been goods and bads in the whole thing, and had to reflect back on things of why I actually started. So yes, I have thought about giving it all up and working for someone.
Yes and no.
No. I have to say that if I won the lottery tomorrow, I would still do what I'm doing today.
Every entrepreneur who's been at it, I think as long as I have, comes past those times where you think, is there something I could do differently? Is there something I could do as an alternative?
Nothing. Everything that I've gone through has made me the person that I am today. I enjoy all my failures because that's why I'm successful today. Now, if I had no choice but to start all over again, you know, what I would do differently is I would start an online company right away. What I would do is I would do trunk shows.
Honestly, no. And you know, I've thought about that a lot. I'm the type of person that puts in a lot of time into thinking about how am I going to get between here and there. I mean, as a scientist, I'm analytical in nature, and life isn't, my process of getting between here and there is not a random thing.
More competitive analysis. I might look for more capital in the very beginning.
I would probably get my contractor's license a lot sooner than I did in the growth of the business.
Do more of market research and use the educational background and the tools that the SBDC allows us to be able to do on a one-on-one basis with our consultant as well in our class.
Life has these competitors out there. They may not be in that traditional sense of having a jersey on with a number on as you're running across, you know, across some race course, but there are other competitors, and you have to be able to say, okay, I'm up for that kind of challenge, because, you know, most people, they're not born with that silver spoon in their mouth, and they have to go out there and work for it.
Don't forget to do that competitive analysis. Who else might be doing something like what you want to do? Who else is in your backyard doing it already? Scope that out. Don't be afraid to network.
Use the SBDC to continue to learn, to join every association in your industry so you have input from many different sources.
Network, learn, get a mentor. Be realistic about what you are going into. I often say that being an entrepreneur is someone who's willing to work 18 hours a day to avoid getting a job.
You have to have a business plan. I get so surprised when I find out entrepreneurs don't have a business plan. You do a business plan because that's your roadmap. That's your lifeline. You create your business plan, and we have all these different organizations out there that can help you. Like I said earlier, SBDC. Create your business plan. Meet with a mentor at SBDC. They'll go over your strengths and weaknesses. If you're weak in marketing, guess what? You can take a class through SBDC. Planning is the key to anything. If you don't plan, you're setting yourself up for failure.
Research the market and understand the requirements and responsibilities for the business that you choose to be in. And also education. Education is a must. I missed that education after 12th grade, and I chose to start and work for someone and chose my passion to continue my business. And I was rerouted back to the SBDC a number of times.